Hello, hello, welcome, fellow traveler. Welcome to Real Talks with WUNDT. I'm your host, Dr. WUNDT. Like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button. Really like what I'm doing, hit the like button, showing that you care by showing your support. Um, Before we go any further, just want to plug my new book that dropped out a couple weeks ago. Dropped in the stores. You can get it on Amazon or Barnes and Nobles. It's called Proverbs by Richard Wislaki. You get it on Amazon. Uh, 3,700 all original proverbs. A lot of wisdom. 222 pages of wisdom. Cop it. Support my arts, people. Please support my arts. Buy this book, please. You won't regret it. It's a good read. This episode, once again, is a remake of episode already done and erased, but we're here to make it again. Say it up, start it again. Gotta start it again. It's called Owl's Message. So one night I was in my studio, and this is when I was really psychically open and things were popping off for me during this phase of my life when everything was just started to get groovy and things were starting to manifest for me in very weird ways. I used to get star messages off my glitter paintings, off my Sneaky Peter glitter paintings. And different constellations would pop out of them every night, and they'd show me like different star constellations and stuff, and I would get these star messages off these paintings. So one night the message that I got off the painting was to be outside tomorrow night for something special. So I took that as, okay, I got to be outside tomorrow night. So the next night came. We left the studio. We went to my parents' house. We were gonna go do some laundry and stuff. And we get out of the car to go inside, and I hear this hooting, this hoo 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 hoo, this deep hoot. And I knew it was Big Boy, because this great horned owl, I named him Big Boy, used to live on my branch by the outside my window. He'd be hooting all the time, or he had this other tree he had in the side yard by the garage that he used to chill in all the time too. I called him Big Boy. You never really see him, but I know who he was, and he was big. He was a big boy, big hoots. So I dropped the stuff inside. I go back outside. I have Felicia, my dog, with me, and Allie as a eyewitness that this actually happened. In case anyone denies the story and says it didn't happen. Anytime I had something really crazy happen to me, I always had an eyewitness there for me to back up my story, usually. And that's just the way it went, because like these stories were all true. And this is how it went down. I went back outside, so I started hooting the Big Boy. Hoo, 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 hoo. And we were going back and forth. And so I was supposed to be outside tonight for something special. So I kept on hooting. And then off from the distance, down from the left, I hear second owl, great horned owl, start hooting. And he's like way down the block. So in about 15 minutes it takes for him to get closer and closer and closer. So now he's in the tree within 50 to 100 feet from me, too. And I'm now hooting to two great horned owls. Hoo, 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 hoo. And it was a slow process. It took about 15 minutes for him to get there. Like, I was outside a total of like 2.5 hours that night, hooting to these owls. And then so this is amazing. Now I'm hooting to two great horned owls. This was just so bizarre, you know what I'm saying? Then from down from the right hand side, I heard another great horned owl. And he starts coming up slowly, slowly, slowly. It takes him about 10 minutes to get up to where we are, to about 100 foot away from us in the tree. I can't see them all either, but because they're so mysterious. and now I'm three great horned owls together, and I'm like, hoo, 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 hoo. I'm going back and forth with them, right? Back and forth with them, and I'm like, they're trying to tell me something. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. And then I heard from behind me, complete behind me, a fourth owl that's took was in the distance, and that came started getting closer and closer and closer until it was behind me, around 100 feet behind me. I still couldn't see the tree or anything where they were. It was dark outside, and and I'm hooting back and forth to four great horned owls now. I'm like, oh my god, this is just amazing. Like, what the heck is going on? Like, these owls are trying to tell me something. What are they trying to tell me? Like, and then from a diagonal downside, there was in the distance another great horned owl, and it started coming up closer and closer and closer till it was close, and it was in the circle, and there was a 100-foot circle round outside of me. So now I'm hooting the five great horned owls, and I'm like, this is just amazing. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, this is just bizarre. You know what I'm saying? But that was my life at the time. Bizarre things were happening like every day. It was a new adventure. There was always something popping off. So then I hear from the other diagonal, another great horned owl is coming off in the distance, coming up from the distance, come closer and closer and closer. It takes 10, 15 minutes. My dog is still outside. Allie's still outside where she can't believe what's going on. And now I'm hooting to six great horned owls. And I'm like, this is just amazing. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then from off in the distance, a seventh one starts coming. And then it gets closer and closer and closer. It takes about 10, 15 minutes to get closer. And I mean, the whole time I'm hooting, they're like, hoo, 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 hoo. And I'm going back and forth with them, and they're all pinging back and forth. It's like, hoo, 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 hoo. And so then a seventh one comes up, and now I'm talking to seven great horned owls, and I'm like, oh my god! Now I know that this is holy, because this is the number seven. And then this is a message from God. And then at one point, Big Boy told me to look up, and it was time for me to look up. So I looked up towards the stars, and there was this giant constellation popping out. I don't know what it was, but it was a constellation of some sort. I don't know what it was, but there was some constellation popping out. That was my star message. And then it was like Big Boy telepathically told me what they were trying to tell me. And he spoke to me. And this is what he said. He said, we're pissed that they're cutting down all the trees and we have no place to go anymore. And that was his message to me. And that was their main reason why they were all hooting at me so hard and confronted me, because they wanted to tell me to get this message. And this was a holy message because it came from God. There were seven great horned owls within a 50 to 100-foot perimeter surrounding me. And this was their message, that they were pissed. We were cutting down all the trees and they had no place to go anymore. And that was their message. And then I finally ended up concluding it. And I was just like, all right, this is enough. I got to go inside. It's been like 2.5 hours out here hooting to you guys. Not that I'm not having the best time of my life, because this was one of the top 3 greatest experiences in my lifetime. Hands down, coolest thing that ever happened to me. And so I said my final hoot, hoo, 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 goodbye. And then I left them and I went inside and I went to bed. And with this message that I received, which was they were pissed, they were cutting down the trees, and they had no place to go anymore. And that's the truth. In the neighborhood, they're all cutting down the trees to build houses and stuff. And in the swamp, they're cutting down trees, and they were pissed. They had no place to go anymore. Like, all their homes were getting ruined. And this was the message of 7 great horned owls. I had other owl business where other weird owl things happened to me. But that's a different story for a different time. But this was the story that happened. Believe it or not, but it was true. I have eyewitness, Allie, my assistant, and Felicia, my little dog. If she was alive, she could vouch for it. And that's Al's message. They were pissed. We were cutting down the trees, and they have no place to go anymore. And then they were trying to show me some, which I don't know which was, but all right, that's it. Well, that's all I got, people. God bless. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Love, love, love. Joy, joy, joy. Love it all. Love it all. Love it all. Love it all. I love you. I love you. I love you. I do.